Guys, this is John from R&J Aquatics and Pets in Lismore. Just want to take a quick moment to talk about structure in an aquarium. So when we're talking about structure, we're talking about either rocks or driftwood or plants going from one side of your tank to the other. This is a 5-foot tank, African tank. All of these fish have been either donated or we've used these as a supply just for demonstrations. Now, what this is about and how we set up most of my tanks, all of our tanks are running and our large systems are running on a canister coincided with an internal, and including in this tank here we've got a power head as well. Now the reason why we've chosen this type of setup and this layout, this is becoming more and more common around the world, and it's going to use what nature does, and that's basically trying to use your structure as cover for your fish and having the flow at the front of the tank to create that current. So as you can see down the front here, my fish are flowing along with the current. Oh, there's a maruli just chasing down a Aquarium there. Now what this allows the fish, if they want to have a fight and they want to try and define territories and have a bit of a biff, they've got to actually fight this flow at the front of the tank, and they've also got all that structure behind, so it saves your fish's life. And as you can see with the quality of the fish in here, there's no fish with fins ripped off and scales missing. I'll show you what we've done with another planted community tank. So here we are at our community tank. This is another 5-footer, a bit of a taller 5-footer. It's a mixed community tank. Now as you can see with how much structure we've got in here, there's no defined set out territory, so there's always something touching from one side of the tank to the other. By doing this, we're allowing the fish to act a bit more natural. You don't get to see them all the time as well, so it's more visually pleasing. Now the benefit of this is all the fish, if they want to have a scrap and fight over a little bit of an area, as you can just see here with the gouramis, so they're just having a bit of a tiff, but it finishes fairly quickly without any real damage to the fish. And as you can see with the current, just pushed him away. So again, we have this similar setup. So these tanks are ones that are facing against the wall. For a tank that's actually for, say, a wall tank, we set it up a bit differently, and I'll go through that in a second. So I'll try and take a shot down the end of the tank. So if you look down the end of the tank here, you can see my method. It's 2/3 from the back to the front with only 1/3 exposed down the tank. Now that's allowing that 1/3 of the front with the bigger flow, and that increases the chance for your fish to find their hidey holes, and just to make it a little bit more natural. Okay, this is our wall tank, so excuse all the blackbeard algae here at the moment. So what we've done with this tank, it's a bit of a different layout, still with a similar structure of from one side of your tank to the other. There's no defined territories, it's just one giant structure. Now in this case, because it's a wall tank, so there's two sides and two views, what we've actually done is we put all of our flow up the top of the tank in the center. So if anybody wants to fight or have a bit of a scrap, they've got to fight against that flow, but safety is down low. So lots of hidey holes, lots of structure, and it's a lot more visually pleasing again. There's a lot of fish in this tank that you can't see because of all that structure. So our general rule of thumb is keep your structure to a max, and you can have a lot more fish, and your fish will be a lot more happier in their environment. And it's, again, the visual pleasing side of it is great. Okay guys, thanks for listening to us. Keep us updated and let us know what you're doing with your own tanks. Look forward to talking to you guys soon. Bye.